brave one. You were the one, so we all gotta die.
Hey guys.
Well, here we are.
Here we are.
And we decided after last week's episode that we really enjoyed sitting next to each other. Okay, this couldn't have been a more boring intro.
What Hank is trying to say is, hi guys, welcome to the episode. We are sitting how we usually sit right now, and we're already feeling kind of sad about it because when we had Trey on, we were sitting right next to each other, and we just want you guys to know that from now on, that needs to happen.
Now, the thing about the episode with Trey was that it was some of our most hauntingly chaotic work thus far.
I think it's like I think people needed to see that.
Trey, I guess,
not
is
people
up
that
for,
can give us jobs, but like
yeah. No, we'll never get a job from this podcast. But
no.
So Trey he doesn't want to repost any of it because he's up for a writing job right now at Disney.
Yeah,
and
a really big job, and he told me because I called him the other day, like literally yesterday, and I was like, Trey, you're hurting my feelings. Why are you not reposting? I was like, do you not think it's funny? Like, and I sent him all these other clips, and he said, no, I think it's very funny, but I also want to be employed. So he's like,
okay,
the team is saying I need to keep it neutral.
Okay. And here's the thing.
Okay, so
why would anybody do this podcast knowing that they were up for a job? You can't get a job if you're on this podcast.
No. I mean, look what's happened to me. I lost that. Remember when I was up for that Comedy Central like writing job for the climate change thing?
Yeah.
And I didn't get it because they saw this podcast and they said, ooh. And I said,
they said it's a lot of incest talk.
A lot of incest talk.
Speaking of incest talk, we're not playing that game anymore.
Oh, yeah. So don't worry, guys. We did get fired. We got fired. So no more red flag or deal breaker because we did get fired from our advertiser.
Yes, we did. So no more of the game. He said he felt extremely disrespected.
He said, I've had quite enough out of you fools because you guys can't play the game right. And I said, I thought
we were having a fun time. I thought we were playing
I disagree.
it great.
I think we were playing the game perfectly.
It was opening up fun conversation.
I think we were getting closer. I think it was great for all of us.
So the thing is if you can't stand the heat, hey, get the fuck out of the kitchen.
And guess what? I don't know if he got out or if he kicked us out, but either way, the kitchen is cleared.
It is clear. And this podcast really does whittle out the pussies and the lames. Whittle? Weed. Really weeds out the pussies and the lames.
Yeah, it really does. You and I have dated people in the past that hated this podcast.
Yeah, I had one ex that, you guys were all here for. And we were together on and off for 2 years, and he could not stand this podcast.
And he was on the Patreon too.
Yeah, we would block him. We would block him, and he'd create new accounts, and then he'd hit me up and be like, "What the fuck? Why would you?" And I was like, "Can you stop?" And this was after we had broken up too. And then remember, he got so mad. He was like, what did he say? Like, please give me some respect by not talking about me anymore on your fucking podcast. And I was like, well, if you weren't so crazy, and I wouldn't be talking about it.
Lee had to like become a pit bull.
Yeah.
Okay.
One of our biggest fights, that ex and I. Okay, not us already talking about the exes.
No, because we're addicted. Is there anything else to talk about? We're like, so anyways.
No, because here's the thing. There's nothing else for me to talk about because I don't know anything else. I have no education. I have no real life experience other than all of the men that I've had sex with. And those are that's my life experience. That's where I draw from. And that honestly, is the truth.
And that's a deep well. And so I think that's important.
In a way, I have a psychology degree from all of these, like that.
In a way you do.
In a way I do. I've been with a number of them. I've experienced a lot of different people.
And not like that, but I mean like just a vast array. Because it's not just, And
I've been dating, I've been fucking since I was like 12 and a half, 13. I'm 32. So I've really
That's
been
young.
I've spent a lot of my life around, getting fucked psychologically and physically. So
yeah,
it's
and that does something to someone.
It does something.
And so you got to talk about it.
So these are the only experiences that I feel comfortable talking about. Some people say, "Well, why don't you talk about
Politics.
Politics or
So that you said
your interests.
I've never dated someone who was in politics, so why would I talk about it?
And if I did, I still wouldn't understand what the fuck's going on because I don't give a fuck about politics because it's so god awful fucking boring to me.
Okay.
You want to know what's interesting to me? Talking about sucking and fucking with Honk.
Okay. And that's that.
Those are the things.
I feel like nothing is wrong with that.
I think that nothing's wrong with that either.
But keep in mind, this is an echo chamber. And, but that's the way it's going to be.
And I will say that one of the biggest fights that I ever got into with that ex-boyfriend.
My fingers are cold, so my rings are falling off.
And there goes the ring. Was about Lee. He was so upset at something that Lee had said. Remember?
What? No, because Lee said something about... We were teasing Lee about wanting to fuck me, and he's like, "No, I actually prefer girls with small titties."
And then something like that.
And then you were like, "Oh," and then we were like, "Oh, so you want to fuck Gabby?" And he's like, "Well, I wouldn't mind." And we're like, "Well, you're not fucking anyone, you fucking pig." But then your ex he was like, "Oh, so he's trying to fuck you?" It's like, yeah,
we were in Joshua Tree.
That's part of Lee. That was part of his charm, though. That's like why it was funny, because he was just always bouncing back and forth between wanting to fuck one of us.
Yeah, because then he would get mad at me having small tits. So then he'd go, "Actually, I want the floppy woppies."
And then he would get annoyed with my floppies, and then he would go back to
come back to
the
me.
flatties.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was, and then my ex and I, we were in Joshua Tree, and I was relapsing on mushrooms, and we got into this fight over Lee. And isn't it amazing?
On mushrooms.
I'm fully relapsing on mushrooms and Molly, and Lee becomes, the
point of interest for the fight.
Yeah, point of contention, if you will. And that's probably the only time in Lee's life that he will have almost maybe broken up a relationship.
That's so funny.
And I wish that he had.
Well, he should have just acted, but that's because he just
I
spends all his time.
Lee, if you ever listen to this ever again, I should have fucked you to get out of that relationship.
Wow, I hate that.
I hate that too. And I regret saying it.
I know, that's worse than anything we've ever said on this podcast.
That might honestly be worse than
that. Kind of just gave me chills.
Yeah.
For how much I hated that.
Okay. Hold on. Let's marry, fuck, kill.
Okay.
Lee. Fuck. Who else do we know? Hold on.
Okay.
I wish I had more prepared with this.
Do you want to just do different versions of Lee? Lee while he's on meth, sober Lee.
Yeah. And Lee when he's on heroin.
Oh, okay.
Heroin Lee, sober Lee, meth Lee.
Okay. And it's fuck, marry, kill?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I guess I would marry sober Lee.
Okay.
Because it's going to be, he's going to be so annoying. But he is stable with a job.
True.
And, that's that. And he's making money now from his new little job.
That's true. So yeah, so at least you're taken care of.
Yeah. Because if I'm gonna be married to you, you need to be bringing something good to the table.
Can I say one thing about every version of Lee?
It's still Lee.
It's still Lee. And all of them, he still hasn't brushed his teeth.
Oh my God, you guys had no idea what we were dealing with. He wouldn't brush his teeth. I really can't when people don't brush their teeth and they don't fucking floss.
But no, because he said that he did.
Well, he has gingivitis or something, you guys.
Here's what I am going to tell you. Last night I was talking to some of my friends at an AA meeting, and every single man that I spoke to
had kicking breath.
Yes, and I would stand, I don't know, 2 feet away from them, and it was like I could still, and I was like, why do no men brush their teeth?
I don't fucking know what that is. Okay.
Why?
I have this one ex who still to this day, we broke up years ago, like years, bitch. Yeah. And he still to this day will text me pictures of him flossing his teeth because I would tease him mercilessly about having whack ass breath.
Yeah.
And it was honestly just kind of fine, but I don't know, he was pissing me off. So I had to find another way to kind of get at him.
You had to find the thing.
But now I kind of saved him because now he stays flossing.
Bad breath is the most embarrassing thing. That's why I stay chewing gum. I'm so mortified.
Have to have gum, mints, everything.
Yeah. God, I remember when I had my tonsils and I would get tonsil stones.
Oh no.
Oh, they make your breath smell so fucking bad.
Jesus.
So bad. Do you floss?
Girl, twice a day.
Are you serious?
Well, also because I have fake teeth. And so I don't want anything bad happening to my fake teeth.
Not the fake teeth.
Yeah. 2 fake front teeth.
Not the dentures.
Yeah, sweetie. Get into it.
Not the dentures.
Yeah.
Huh. That is interesting.
Okay, don't.
Do you take them out at night?
Yeah. I put them under my floppies.
You do?
Yeah.
Why under your floppies? To keep
Because they
them
won't
warm?
move. Yeah, to keep them. They have to stay warm, honk.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I got to keep them under my little floppies.
I remember one time my dad had a fake tooth and he jumped into the ocean and knocked the tooth out. Came out of the ocean toothless.
Okay. And that's why he hates the climate now.
And it kind of is.
Yeah.
It kind of is. My dad is convinced that Michelle Obama is, in fact, a man. To no one's surprise, that is what my dad believes. That sigh, I feel like maybe means that you also think so.
Oh my God. You're very intuitive.
I know it.
Hmm.
I know it.
Do you think this is also why you don't like politics? Because your dad loves politics too much, but just in the wrong direction? Or depending how you look at it. And then that's why you're like, you know what? Let me just tap out.
He might be onto something.
Oh,
Is
interesting.
what I'm saying. Is what I think.
Yeah.
It's also almost been 2 months since I've spoken to my mom, which is literally crazy.
Have you guys
December, January,
texted at all?
No, nothing.
No.
That's so crazy.
I know. Do you miss her?
Yeah. But
Don't miss the fighting.
she's a fucking bitch, I'll tell you that. She's a real fucking bitch, I'll tell you that.
Fuck.
Yeah, yeah.
It just sucks when you can't find like a good way to communicate with them.
Well, okay. So I guess to get on to the subjects of things, our topic today is ghosting.
Mm-hmm.
I know that you for sure ghosted a lot of people
Why are you saying it like that?
because you literally talked about it. I feel like either last week or the week before.
Okay, well, it was actually this morning in the kitchen with you and Kate, but
No, on the podcast.
have I?
Yes, with the guy that ate you out in the car,
Oh my God!
and then you just blocked him.
Stop.
You're like a professional ghoster.
Okay,
You love to
that's
just block
actually
people
crazy.
and not ever say anything ever again.
I think because I'm just so avoidant,
Yeah,
just to me, I'm like, well, this clearly isn't anything deep. I decide for both of us. I
Yeah,
go,
you
well,
do.
clearly you're not feeling anything deep. I know I'm fucking not. So
You
I'm
do
just,
do that.
I'm just another person on, like in the middle of life. So let's just call it.
Yeah.
And then I decide how they feel.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe that's my Al-Anon coming out of my
For sure.
control.
For sure.
Ooh.
Yeah.
But yeah, I am extreme. I did not used to be this avoidant though.
What do you think happened?
Well,
Where did it begin?
that relationship that I got out of in 2020.
You think it started there?
No, actually, no. I think because I grew up very secretive. And then I think I just always was kind of guarded. But I think it got really, really bad after.
Hold on, because you are secretive. Because the other day I walk into the bathroom, I see Honk has got some new tattoos on her arms. I go, well, what the hell is this?
No, I thought you were legitimately angry at me.
Well, I was, because I said, well, why didn't you tell me? Because you're supposed to tell me everything.
I know, that was actually kind of weird.
It was weird.
No,
You
I
didn't
kept
tell
like a
me.
huge secret from you. I got 2 new tattoos and I didn't tell you.
And it's so weird that you didn't tell me.
And honestly, I said I was sorry.
Because I can't shut the fuck up when I make any kind of decision.
No, you're like airdropping me pictures as you're getting tatted. Yeah.
If I go to fucking Rite Aid, I have to tell people. I say I'm at Rite Aid right now. Yesterday I was at Rite Aid buying lidocaine for my asshole because I've been
Okay.
my hemorrhoids are so bad right now.
Are they really?
They're really bad.
Well, I heard you grunting the other day on the toilet, and that was like kind of
Okay, well,
concerning.
you didn't hear me grunting.
No, you were grunting.
I wasn't
And I said,
grunting.
Jesus, not the grunt.
I don't grunt.
Yes, well, honk, you did yesterday.
There are times where I shit so hard that I have to like grab onto the wall because it hurts so bad.
That's not normal, Gab.
I have a hemorrhoid.
I don't.
And it be ripping.
Okay.
And it be ripping. So I had to go buy some lidocaine. And now she's good as new.
Well, maybe you need to buy some fiber
Okay.
because you're clearly not getting enough.
Okay.
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 And?
You don't think that just eating chalky muffins is enough?
Okay, someone's getting pissed off and it's me.
Chalky muffins and nerds ropes.
Have you ever ghosted anyone?
So, okay.
No?
No. So, no, not necessarily, but like I was lined up for the next like starting last weekend. Hey, here's an incentive to go over to the Patreon. I'm not going to talk about the personal things here because fuck you guys. Because fuck you. Go to the Patreon and I'll talk about other things that are it's an interesting turn of events. But I had some dates lined up, you know, some like Hinge dates lined up for like the next couple, like this week I was supposed to go on some dates. And some of them reached out to me and I never responded ever again. So that's a form of ghosting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I said,
So y'all were chatting it up,
and
you were going to go on these dates,
Mhm.
and then something happened,
and
then
then
now
something
you don't.
happened.
Yeah.
Which will never be spoken of
Never,
publicly.
never.
So I've learned my lesson speaking
Well,
publicly. Well,
we're still posting people on stories,
and that
but
is true. And I did, and we did say 2 weeks ago, I said, I'll never post any man ever again on my social media.
fuck off, honk.
But the difference about this one is that I'll never tag him, so none of you will ever have access
No, okay,
to
because
knowing what his social media
that was
handle
so
is.
funny.
None of you will ever know who I'm sucking and fucking. You'll see, but you won't know their Instagram handles because I don't trust any of you.
Whoa. Well, yeah, actually, you know what? That's a good fucking point.
Yeah.
Because people still are commenting on our ex's Instagram.
Are you fucking kidding
and
me?
we've only given y'all the green light for Trey.
Here's the thing, and we have only given you the green light for Trey.
So I don't know why the fuck you're going on these other people's Instagrams. Where does your loyalty lie? Because it's
Where-
clearly not in our fucking pussies.
Literally, I see so many.
Y'all
I
are
see
some fake ass fucking
fake ass. Because here's the thing,
Fake.
I see so many of our podcast fans still on my ex-boyfriend John's Instagram, like liking shit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, can you guys stop?
Ew. And then
Why are you still supporting him?
I haven't looked at her Insta in a million years, but the last time I did, like one of our like main reply guys was like, "Oh my god, so beautiful," and I'm like, "Who even are you?"
Who are you?
And she
Where
is so
your
beautiful, but
loyalty?
you don't need to fucking say that.
And here's the thing, John is very talented and he's gonna do well. But like, you guys,
Just
where is your loyalty?
when we break up with them, it means
You
all of
break
y'all
up with
break up
them.
with them too.
So
you fucking
unfollow
idiots.
them. Stop commenting and liking their shit. They're not for you.
They're not for you, except Trey. Trey is for
Trey
you.
is for you.
I wish someone would fuck Trey.
I wish somebody would fuck Trey too.
Not me and not you, but someone else.
And it's not going to be me and it's not going to be you.
No, you couldn't pay me at this point.
You couldn't pay me either.
Okay.
Okay.
What about for $20?
$20?
Yeah, untaxed
Okay.
in quarters.
I could do that.
Okay, so I guess Trey's
good
getting
gas money.
fucked off.
Yeah, I guess I'm going to fuck Trey for $20 in quarters. Hold on. I don't know. The ghosting that's it for the ghosting for me.
Yeah.
You've done some good ghosting.
So I think my best ghosting, and by best I do mean the worst one I ever did, was I was in a full-on relationship with this guy. I was a virgin at the time, and I didn't want him to know. He thought that I was like religious or something, because like we weren't having sex. I was like 19. And we had been dating for like 3 months, and I was like, but you know, a lot of sucky, a lot of munching. But then I was like, well, fuck, like I need to fuck him, but like I just really don't want to. And then one morning I climbed out of his bedroom window, and I just never talked to him again. And we were like,
why
we've been talking.
Why didn't you just like go out of his door?
Well, because like I heard someone like out there, like one of his roommates or something, and I just like couldn't possibly. That's like how avoidant I am. I said, gotta go out the window. I couldn't possibly.
What story did he live on?
The first floor, so
Okay, well,
nothing dramatic.
it wasn't like the Twin Towers or something.
No. But the way that my life has gone since then,
Kind of like the Twin Towers.
yeah.
Have
Like
you
falling?
Have you been ghosted?
No.
Really? They
No.
keep coming back. They say, I'm not ghosting that fucking pussy.
No.
Really?
Okay. There's something stinky going on over here, but I just honestly haven't. Have I been broken up with? Yes. But then they always come back too. Sorry.
Being broken up with is different than ghosting in a way.
Because you're like, ghosting is there's no warning.
Yeah.
I've never had that.
I texted this guy for like 3 seconds and then he's just stopped replying to me. And I was like, I guess that's a form of ghosting.
But I do feel like if you haven't met up with a person,
Yeah.
though, I don't really, I feel it's like there's no social contract. Now I really I don't ghost anymore.
Yeah.
Now I will break it off. Am I still like always ready to run? Yes, of course.
She's always ready to run.
I'm always ready to run.
My last ex-boyfriend, he kind of ghosted me. Well, he like broke up with me and then didn't speak to me.
That was just really quick.
It was really abrupt, and so it did feel like a form of ghosting because then I would reach out to him and he wouldn't respond, but it was still a breakup, so it wasn't just like he was gone, but it was a form of emotional ghosting.
Yeah. Now here's something that I was just telling Gab. So I thought this was going to be kind of like quick little prompts. Y'all really poured your hearts out.
You really did.
Oh my God. Excuse me.
Okay, dainty honk.
Oh my God. Not dainty honk. Okay. Wait, honestly, not to sound fucked up, but this makes me feel bad for ghosting.
Yeah, it's not a great
I
thing to do.
understand logically that it's not good, and I don't do it anymore. But I'm just saying, like,
Yeah, it's mean.
seems hard for you guys.
Yeah, it is hard for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just couldn't relate before.
Yeah. One day you
So,
will.
No, I don't think I will.
You will.
Nah, I don't think I will.
She's gonna get
Nah,
ghosted.
I don't think so.
Who's starting? You want to go?
Hi, hunks.
Okay.
Cisgender hetero man here.
No thanks.
Ah! By the way, we haven't read any of these stories. No offense. Okay.
So we hope that they're good.
So these are this is the first time for all of us. Cisgender hetero man here, writing in to tell you that I'm sorry. Good.
Good.
Truly sorry for literally everything. Okay. Okay, now that that's out of the way, let me tell about the time I was ghosted. In 2021, at 32, I made a career change from being an EMT to an electrician's apprentice. So you wanted to stop saving lives and you wanted to start saving wires. Okay.
Electrician's apprentice.
It sounds kind of like a made-up job.
It does.
Just say unemployed.
Electrician's apprentice. Anyway,
What would you do? I would say this is a cover job.
isn't there a movie called like The Vampire's Apprentice or something? Doesn't matter. Go on.
Something's going on here. It was a hard and expensive decision, but I'm so happy I did it.
Okay.
Well, we don't know if we're happy for you yet.
EMT,
To go from being an EMT
which
to
is objectively a way cooler job.
an EMT is hot. Like the second I saw EMT, I got a little bit wet and I said, uh-oh, maybe I do want to sleep with a man. And then you said electrician's apprentice. And I said, and whoop, we're closed up again.
Yeah.
But if you like it, then someone is going to love it.
It's not going to be us.
It's not. No. We don't love this.
EMT
I feel
is so much more
embarrassed.
fun. That's a long email. I can see it from here.
I know.
All right, let's go.
This is one of the shorter ones.
Okay.
I know. Okay, I don't know why we're being so rude to you,
These
but
better be good, you guys.
okay,
Don't fucking-
okay, and also thank you for writing in. Okay,
We'll see.
but I'm so happy I did it, and that's probably true. Sleeping in my own bed, spending more time with my son. Okay, so you fuck, and not watching people die is pretty rad.
Okay.
Toughen up. But while I was training, I needed extra cash to pay my rent. I found the perfect gig. It was a
OnlyFans?
scare event. What?
OnlyFans. Go on.
What?
I'm listening.
Okay. I'm gonna read. I found the perfect gig. It was a scare event at a local theme park. So
The perfect side hustle.
So I'm trying to read the story and I'm really trying to be respectful.
He said, finally, the perfect side hustle.
After he found the perfect career change.
Go on.
Different strokes for different folks. All right, I've for the sake of keeping it a secret, I'll give them the made up name, something dumb like SeaWorld. Okay, it was actually a fun gig. I dressed up like a zombie, hid in bushes, and scared the shit out of drunk people. I made some friends. One of them, a
That
girl.
was pretty fun.
Okay, so you're kind of winning us over, but let's chill out. Let's call her Bailey. Bailey was 20. That should have told me everything. How the fuck old were you? Wait,
That's
so
true.
you're 32. And she was 20.
Okay.
If this
already
is a
given
story,
credit.
okay, this is why I hate when straight men write in here. I swear to God, if this is a story about how a 20-year-old girl ghosted you, I'm going to fucking squirt.
No, because and the way that he was like, that should have told me everything. Well, it should have, but wherever this story is going is telling us that it didn't stop there because you can't help yourself because you're a disgusting fucking man with a dripping pre-cum penis.
Yeah, and also, I bet when you come, you just dribble it out. Like you don't even fucking actually come. Like
Pre-cum's so embarrassing.
it's so embarrassing.
It's so embarrassing. You're like, it's relax.
I feel like more people should be ashamed of what their bodies do.
and
Men.
they should be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You fucking apprentice. Okay.
Yeah.
God. Oh, and why would you not like be an electrician? Like just shut up. Okay. Anyway, so you fell in love with a 20-year-old. I am actually angry. That should have told me everything. One would think, but she was into me, and I'm kind of a sucker for flattery.
But I couldn't help myself.
Oh my
I
God. I hate cis men. Like I just actually like I think I need to get back into therapy for my hatred.
Hey, this is literally the plot of Lolita, okay?
Oh, it actually is. This is fucking Lolita.
She was 7 years old and she just kept calling me daddy. Was I not supposed to fuck her? Oh, was that my mom?
She wanted a pacifier, and I knew that was code for my dong. Okay,
It's
get out.
Okay, go
She
on.
was fucking 20. You don't know your dick from your ass when you're 20. Okay.
So true.
And literally, we start spending time together outside of work. You're a predator. After the event ended, we were still seeing each other. And by Christmas, she's spending almost every night, at least the nights I didn't have my son.
Your son is probably also
Well,
20.
your son is literally 20 as well.
Yeah.
You're fucking a kid. I bet you're also fucking your son.
He is fucking his son.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck you. Okay. So you guys please write in. We love your stories. Okay. Christmas. Oh wait, we're still seeing each other. Da, da, da. And then when I didn't have my son at my place and we were calling each other boyfriend and girlfriend. Okay, so this isn't a story about ghosted. This is a story about retardation.
Let's see.
Okay.
So it's about to get way more fucking retarded.
When we made it 3 months in, I decided to let her meet my son, my then 5-year-old son. She met my dad when he came to visit for Father's Day. I met her entire extended family when they came to town for 4th of July. So I was starting to think things were serious. Were you? The age gap was sort of a running joke. A funny one too. I can't stop laughing. I stopped feeling weird. Okay, I'm like actually angry. Okay. I stopped feeling weird about it and her family was accepting of me. Well, that's why she's so broken and never made me feel like it was out of place or wrong.
Okay.
Well, thank God that you wrote in so we can tell you.
Yeah.
Thank you for writing in. Thank you. Next October, she applies for the scare event again, which is okay when you are 20. So, all right.
It is.
Yeah, it is because that's a fun job to have when you are young.
When your frontal lobe hasn't finished fully developing.
Yeah, because you're being around other people your age.
Yeah, go on.
Not when you're a hunking brute.
I
Okay.
am also surprised that we have male listeners that write in. Go on.
I know, but hopefully this kind of like clears it out. Okay, so next October, she applies for the scare event again. Da, da, da. I was doing a lot better financially and didn't need to. Immediately, she got flaky, cagey, and all around shady. No contact for like 18 hours.
Oh.
Almost her age. When she responded to my texts, it was always like butt fuck hours of the night. 1 a.m., 3 a.m.
She was working at the scare factory. She was busy.
Yeah, she was really busy. Or not at all. I ignored it a few times until one night we had planned for her to come over to my apartment after her shift was over. She texted me saying, "Hey, I have plans tonight. I'll see you tomorrow." I thought that was kind of vague. So I asked, "What are your plans?" And this is Soli. And, and the clarifying details she provided were hanging out with friends. I was coming off my SSRIs and on 3 days of being frustrated with her. So I wasn't acting myself when I said the meanest thing I could think of, which was K.
Oof.
You got her. You showed her who's boss.
Kay is kind of fucking horrible.
Did you see what happened to him? He sunk to a 20-year-old's level with that response.
Yeah.
Because also I dare you to message a 30-year-old woman K. You're going to get ghosted in every age group. Okay.
The way that it wouldn't work on me, the way that I'd be like, wait, no, because it would activate my anxious attachment.
Oh, whoa.
So if somebody said K to me, I'd be like, no, wait, I'm sorry.
No, but see, you got to be like me. You got to be like a bloodhound and sniff when someone's going to even at the slightest sense of giving you that energy, and then you cut it off right before them.
No, I don't have
Always
that.
stay ahead.
I don't have that.
Okay, well, you got to get more Al-Anonic then, sweetie. All right, she told me, I don't like the way you're treating me. I'll come over, or da-da-da. I don't like the way you're treating me. I'll see you tomorrow. Okay. So not her communicating. So tomorrow happens, and she sends me the text, come over, we need to talk. I responded that I was hurt and upset, and if she wanted to talk, she was...
but you're like 40 years old and she's 19.
You're literally almost dead. You're like typing this from your fucking grave.
Yeah.
And she's like trying to like go be young and youthful.
You're a
and
boomer
you're fucking...
and she's a teenager.
Yeah, sorry that you like have a fucking walking stick and you can't fucking see straight. And she's trying to just go bounce those fucking...
You literally have cataracts.
No, you literally have a fucking piss bag. What's it called?
Yeah, a colostomy bag.
Thank you, Mark. Yeah. And you're over here trying to like steal her fucking sunshine.
Yeah.
Absolutely
She's got
not.
young perky tits, tight pussy.
No.
Tight pussy, young perky tits.
Tight.
You got a colostomy bag, cataracts, a cane.
Yeah, literally. You're the Grim Reaper and you're like trying to knock on her door. It's not her time to go yet.
Yeah.
So you need to let her the fuck go.
Yeah.
And you need to go back
Don't
into
you have a son to raise?
You fucking do.
Anyway.
Bitch. Okay.
This poor guy is going to kill himself.
He's gonna but at least he won't be able to go around any more kids. All right.
True.
All right. So, I'm so happy you wrote in. Okay. I don't like the way you're treating me.
Thank you for this.
okay. I responded that I was hurt and upset and that if she wanted to talk, she was welcome to come see me. Okay, you're acting kind of like a bitch, baby. If not, we could enjoy a day to ourselves. Well, I didn't hear from her for the rest of the day. I texted her a few times, called her a few times, and nothing. Finally, I sent her a pic of some of her things that were left in my apartment: shoes, shirt, toothbrush, shampoo, etc., and said this will all be on the porch if you want it. That's when she responded, okay. I tried to talk with her, considering going over, but then I thought that it would be scary and unhinged, so I didn't. Now that critical thinking's coming in,
There
third
it is,
paragraph
yeah.
in, my brother. All right. But she didn't answer my calls or texts, and I tried a few times every hour or so. Finally, the next day, she sends me an essay of a text about how she was unhappy. It wasn't my fault. She just didn't like... It wasn't... Okay. Wait, let me try that again, you guys, because this is a really good sentence. Finally, the next day, she sends me an essay of a text about how she was unhappy, but it wasn't my fault. She just didn't like my kid.
Stop.
You mean her sibling?
That is so funny.
And you want to know what that is? That's something a 20-year-old would say.
That's also so insulting.
It's really, I like that she was like, hey, it's not you.
It's
but
just-
also, funny enough, it's not me. It's your kid.
It's this fucking kid. I can't stand to be around this fucking piece of shit kid.
Producer Mark liked that one. Okay. So that's actually crazy. And then continued ignoring me. I went insane. I didn't eat or sleep. I lost 30 pounds in like a month.
30? Jesus.
Okay. So you were dummy thick.
Okay, so it's giving Ozempic. It's
Okay,
giving
yeah, you
Nature's
went-
Ozempic.
She made you go Ozemi. Okay.
Yo, what is wrong with your kid though? Like, does your kid fucking
Dude,
suck?
does your kid suck?
Dude, having to put up with somebody else's fucking kid would be so annoying. Like,
You
gotta
have to be
honest.
really in love.
You really do. And I can't. I dated one guy with a kid once
Who?
in high school. This
Okay.
guy named Santana, and he had a baby.
Oh, not that old. Okay.
And then he had no, he wasn't old. We were like, he was like 2 years older than me, but he had a
I was
son
thinking of someone else.
in high school, and his kid was also Santana. So they called it Baby Santana.
Mm.
And the crib was in the room that he lived in, remember, with his mom. So anyway, that was the only experience that I ever had with a father.
What's crazy is I came into this room today and I've been having such a good day and I've been in such a good mood.
And Beyonce released a new song.
Yeah, 2 new songs. And I don't know, I just woke up just feeling like good in my body and my soul. And like we had like a cute morning together and then now we are in here and suddenly all joy has left my body.
Okay, so let's see what happens with this kid.
Oh, because there's 17 more paragraphs, so strap
Good.
in. Okay. I lost 30 pounds in a month. I tried to restart my SSRIs, but that sent me into a real fucking suicidal ideation territory. Okay, well, that's every single day of being a woman, or
true.
a queer person. Okay. A half-baked attempt with a belt jammed. Well,
Oh,
I think now you're trying to get our podcast taken out, so we're not going to read that, but that's crazy. So,
did he try to hang himself
yeah, he did.
with a belt?
Jammed in a door that just ended up with me crying on the floor for like 3 hours. And this is all over
A 20-year-old who
A
said she didn't
20-year-old
like your kid.
who said, your kid kind of sucks.
Yeah. She's also 20 and has no idea how to deal with kids.
Or confrontation, probably. She's like just
Or
so-
anything, really.
She's so she just got done living with her parents or whoever she was living with
Yeah.
for 18 years. And now she's like out and about. Who knows where she's living?
Yeah.
Probably like a basket of rats, like in
Absolutely.
pink bows.
20 years old. Okay. Go
She's
on.
eating ramen and vodka.
Yeah, exactly. You're trying to kill yourself because a 20-year-old doesn't like your kid.
because your kid's like kind of like whack
your
and
kid
frizzy.
probably has like ADHD and kind of annoying. And
Finally, the next day, she sends me an oh wait, we already said that. Okay, so you're kind of really going through it, and I'm so sorry. The thing is, I didn't even like her that much towards the end. Well, the story could beg to differ. I didn't like her that much towards the end. I thought about breaking it off before all that. Guys always say that.
yeah.
When you break it off with them, they're like, "Well, I was gonna do it first." It's like you were
Yeah,
literally
yeah.
just eating me out and crying because you loved it. Okay. Okay, what? Okay. Breaking it off before all of that. She was nice to my kid at first, but after a few months, she got comfortable scolding him, and that really irked me. I confronted her about it once. I said, "Let me be the bad guy. I understand he gets out of line, but corrections should come from me." And that's exactly when she started to drift and be weird.
Again, she's 20. She doesn't know how to deal with children.
So she was, yeah, is because she's also a kid.
She's also a child.
And she was probably like, oh, you want me to be his mom? Yeah, I'll be fucking mom. Don't.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. And she's
Maybe
like,
your kid was like trying to touch her tits and she got mad.
or I don't know. Maybe, you know, the kid was like fucking with her makeup or her like schoolwork, you know, her like, she's trying to do her schoolwork because she's also
in college.
Yeah. And the kid's like, what's this? And like drawing little stupid kid cartoons on it. And she's like, hey, can you fucking not?
And maybe the kid was mad because they were kind of like, hey, I thought I was my dad's only kid.
Right.
You know?
And now who's this new adopted sibling? Go on.
Jesus. And that's exactly when she started to drift off and be weird. On top of working that event, she was around people her age and had extra... Interesting. Okay, so we are knowing certain things. And had extra cash in her pocket. So naturally, she wanted to go out and paint the town red.
Yeah, she did.
Okay, Doja. Which I get, just wanted some sort of dialogue in the meantime.
Mm-hmm.
I hated how much it bothered me. I felt so dumb for getting that serious with someone that young. I just wanted the closure of a real breakup, though. Well, you'd have to date a real woman, not a girl who is 20. I tried one last time to contact her. I waited on the I waited on the corner of a street downtown on her way to her day job that I knew she had to cross. Crazy, I know. But I wasn't myself. And what, you had a gun under your sweater?
I know.
Your hard dick out, jerking off with a gun to your head, being like, come on, I miss you. Like,
yeah.
I know it's crazy.
You're not gonna talk to me, you fucking bitch.
I fucking love you.
Yeah. Watch what I'll fucking do.
I did this for you.
And
then
the
you have,
kid is like behind him tugging at his pant leg and he's like, Daddy, no.
And you have like pre-cum like fuzzing out.
Oh, yeah.
Fuzzing.
No,
And then
that makes
bubbling.
sense. Fuzzing is good.
Fuzzing is good.
Yeah.
You're weird.
And then he takes the gun off his head and he starts, fucking anybody comes near me, I'll fucking shoot you too.
And then you get down on your knees and you put the gun in your mouth and you're like, I'll do it.
Yeah.
That's weird that you wrote that in. Okay.
Yeah. This is how men are though.
And they love to say that women are dramatic, and it's like,
yeah,
we just are in touch with our emotions.
Yeah.
Men are fucking divas.
Yeah, they are.
And that's why I fucking ghost y'all. Okay. Let me stop. Anyways, so you're on the corner with a gun in your mouth.
Dick in hand, gun in your mouth.
Dick in hand, gun in mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Tears going down your face. Let's see. I have to find this again. I wasn't myself. I was a completely different person. When she ran into me, at first she smiled. Then she said, "What the fuck are you doing here?" and completely changed her demeanor. She called me fucking crazy and stormed off. I didn't follow her. I just stood there like an idiot. Feeling
that is painful.
Oh, don't be a cuck.
Feeling
out of my because you've done the gun thing. Could never be me. Okay, feeling out of my mind. That's the last time I saw her or tried to contact her. Okay, so this story might have a happy ending. I understand that it's not a partner's duty to provide whereabouts or goings. Well, she wasn't your partner because you guys broke up, but partner's duty to provide whereabouts or goings on at all times. I did feel like she was being a little weird considering the length and commitment of our relationship, though.
Yeah, they dated for like a year, right?
I guess so. But I'm not trying to, other things I said before, what I'm about to say, I was trying to be mean. With what I'm about to say, I'm actually not trying to be mean, but I think she was cheating on you the whole time.
That would make sense.
Right?
Yeah.
Like this bitch was like, she at least, yeah. No, and like when you're 20, you're making out with all your friends. Like when she wasn't with you, no.
Yeah, you're like an older guy, you have a kid. She's like, wait a second, I'm like young and hot.
Yeah.
Again, tight pussy, perky tits. I want to get out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she was cheating on you.
Sorry.
Oh, that's actually sad. Okay. Put the gun down. Okay. I did feel a little like she was being weird. Flaking out with "I have plans" is perfectly acceptable for a fling you're trying to get rid of, but a little weird for an almost year relationship. Well, don't worry, because I did that for a relationship, and actually it was weird. I also understand that she gave me an opportunity to talk it out that I wasn't ready to take, but usually breakups have some sort of exit interview.
Right. You
give each other closure. Well, with adults that is true, but with kids, they're crazy. I understand that she also gave me an opportunity. You give each other closure, maybe sleep with each other a few more times. Okay, so you are mental, and eventually stop talking to each other for a few years. But at least that's how it's always gone for me. So I was completely unprepared for the abrupt end and stopped talking to each other for years. And then the text message essay where she blamed my kid. I'd rather her tell me I'm an asshole than blame my son.
It's so offensive.
She was wrong for
Dude,
that.
that is crazy. Imagine if you were dating somebody and you had a kid and they broke up with you and they're like, your kid fucking sucks.
That
would be
rowdy.
So, oh God,
That's
it would suck
crazy.
So bad.
But it's kind of also a perfect excuse. Because you're like, hey, you have nothing to feel bad about except for like what you made.
Yeah, except for the most important thing in your life.
Except for like the thing that's half of you, that's a reflection of you,
Yeah.
that you would die for. That thing that takes up all of your heart, that like you would take a bullet for. I hate that thing.
Get rid of it.
And when I look at you, I see that thing and I'm repulsed by that
and
thing.
I can't fuck you. I can't possibly fuck you.
It makes that thing that you created makes you yourself unfuckable.
Yeah, the thing that gives your life purpose, I want nothing to do with you.
And you would think that your son is a talisman, your child is a talisman of like, hey, I've had sex, someone loved me enough or could tolerate me for however long it took to like have me splurt into a pussy to make this thing. Yeah. But that's not what it represents to me.
No. It represents something disgusting, awful, that I can't even
putrid. Yeah. And asinine.
Stomach. Yeah.
So that does sound hard for you. Let's see. I was completely unprepared for the abrupt end. And then the text message essays, where she blamed my kid. That was awful. I have been dumped by people, been dumped, friend zoned, cheated on, been the third party to cheating. Relationships are ugly, messy, complicated, but just overwhelming. But since late 2022, there's been nothing. Usually by now there's an awkward, hey, text or DM on Instagram, but nothing. Is that just how Gen Z dates? Hey, guess what? Shouldn't be dating them because you're old. Casually live at a guy's house for the better part of the year and then disappear at first sight. Mm-hmm. She must be really hot because that's actually what hot people do. Mm-hmm. My behavior in response was unhinged. I should have definitely not called as many times as I did. Oh, I knew you were hiding something from me. Oh, I knew you were hiding something from me.
No, he said he called her a bunch of times.
Did he?
Yeah.
We're taking that up because I have to be perfect. Okay. Anyways. Okay. Wait. I keep losing my spot because this is so hard. My behavior was unhinged. I definitely should not have called her that many times as I did. And confronting her downtown was fucked. I thought about 5150ing myself after that. But there was the event that triggered me getting in contact with my therapist and slowly working on my mental health. It's been almost 2 years. I'm off the SSRIs, swapped for Wellbutrin, which has been the best move ever. Okay. No SI, no diarrhea. Okay. Well, I mean, we're okay. And the best part is that I can come again. Okay.
Nice.
I've met my person. She loves my son and I love her. How old is she? She actually introduced me to the pod.
Oh. And I love that for her.
Thank you.
Thank you to your girlfriend.
I don't know if she and you are going to love this experience, but you know,
I am. It is nice that you wrote in and that your girlfriend got you into this.
That is
I will
cute.
earnestly say that.
You know, a lot of people in relationships do tell us that they kind of like bond together by watching this, and that's really sweet. Now, I hope we've all learned something. And then it ends with, can you give a shout out to Kendra and tell her that I love her, please? Life is much better. Okay, Kendra.
Hey, Kendra, he loves you.
I hope that you're not 20 and he loves you.
I will say that is, the not having any contact afterwards, the like straight up ghosting like that is horribly, jarring. That is what happened in my last relationship. It's like, because exes always like go back and forth and like have some like chaotic fucking and interactions. With the last relationship that I got out of it was that exact thing where it was like,
that's actually crazy. I've only had one relationship where it was like the crazy back and forth.
Yeah.
Almost all of mine are like the last one that you had, like where it's like you don't talk for like, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, it was like, and it was just crazy because it was so intense and like, this is the best thing ever. And he was like, I'm going to marry you. And then one day he was like, I can't do this. I'm out. And then never like, no text was answered. Wouldn't really speak to me when I ran into him a few times. It was like, that person that I knew was completely gone. Mm-hmm. And I understand more of why now because he like offered
you guys have like talked a little bit.
Yeah, we talked a little bit. He did call me and like, you know, apologize for how things went down, but it's very jarring, psychologically experiencing that. It really fucks you up, but it did push me to really like look inwards and do a lot of like reevaluation of myself and a lot of things, but it is really hard on you psychologically. So I'm sorry you went through that.
Yeah, and I can't believe that you did the gun thing. But
That
all I know is
that was a
he
crazy
said,
thing that you did.
Can you give a shout out to Kendra? Life is much better. I learned my lesson about people in their 20s and did not entertain a date younger than 30. Okay, 27 after that disaster.
Screaming.
I've tried to give her some grace and chalk it up to her just being young or me just being crazy, but it still is just haunting.
It's probably both.
Yeah, but mostly funny. One of the weirdest, most abrupt breakups I've ever experienced. Not as bad as the breakup with the baby mama, but that's another story for another episode. Still was jarring. Mark's pissed off at you. Still was jarring. Anyway, I love you guys. As a mentally ill, elder millennial, I still feel seen when I listen to the show. Thank you, and keep doing what you do.
Okay,
Well,
and I hope you liked our breakdown of this story.
And
we do love you.
And we do, at the end of the day, if you listen, we do have love for you. But I feel like we're good moms because we'll tell you when you fuck up.
Yeah, and if
that's a long one too.
They're all long.
Okay, good.
So let's see. I met this guy Connor at one of my jobs where we are using real names. I don't give a fuck. And that's what I like.
Me too.
We started casually dating for about 6 months last year and things seemed to be going pretty well. There were definitely so many red flags that I just completely ignored. One red flag is that he still had porn on his phone with him and his ex.
Oh.
Okay. A couple months into this fucked up relationship, I had a very bad mental breakdown and had to be hospitalized. This wouldn't be the first time because I just love those goddamn grippy socks. Anyway, they are cute.
Okay.
Anyway, when I was in the hospital, I met this girl named Daisy. I love that name. She goes by her middle name and her first name is Alyssa, which she hates being called. So feel free to use it, LOL. And I love that. God, you're so chaotic.
You're
I love
fun.
it.
This is good energy.
I personally like Crazy Daisy, but whatever floats your boat. We became really good friends while in the hospital and probably were only friends because we were trauma bonded. What's the name of this email, by the way? Ghosted by best friend and boyfriend. Okay.
Oh.
We trauma bonded. After we were both released, we kept in touch and hung out a few times after that. She celebrated my birthday with me and even decorated my hotel room as a surprise. Connor was also there, and by the end of the night, they were both making out, and it sent me into a panic attack. Well, this is what happens when you become best friends with somebody in a mental institution.
Okay, the judgment. Wow.
It's,
You never know.
Okay, so they're making out. You're fresh out of the mental institution. I thought I wanted to have fun with them both, but I lost it because he never asked me first if it was okay if he kissed her. She was drunk, and they just went at it as if I wasn't there. Okay. That's fucking wild. After that, just in front of you. Can you imagine?
Dude,
I would lose my mind.
That's sinister.
That's
That's
sinister.
sociopath. That's actually sinister. That's a level of selfish that no one should achieve.
That's like if I came home and you were making out with the guy that I'm dating, I would lose. What would you even do?
Get the gun out.
I asked him, I was like, would you ever have a gun? And he was like, no, because I'm afraid that I would just shoot myself. And I said, that's literally why I wouldn't have one either.
No, that's what everyone that we know says.
We would all just kill ourselves. I would get,
Yeah.
I'd have a gun. I'd go, watch this. And I'd just kill myself.
Watch this.
Not even if I was sad, it would just be like, watch this.
Yeah.
Because you would think, you'd be like, I probably won't die.
I don't think I could ever do that because especially since I'm unmedicated, there's no way I can have that around.
After that night, okay, so they kissed, so they make out, blah, blah, blah. After that night, I let it go because he convinced me that it meant nothing. And I believed him.
No.
A couple months passed. Me and Daisy remained friends because she apologized and also convinced me it meant nothing. Do we think that they have been fucking the entire time?
The entire time.
Okay. We went to a few concerts together and even went to North Coast together, and we had a blast. At the end of September, this is crazy. At the end of September, Connor and I were having problems, and for some reason, I trusted Daisy enough to talk to her about it and get her validation.
Fuck.
She agreed that Connor was treating me like absolute shit and proceeded to gift me with a friendship bracelet. What the fuck?
Okay, so Daisy's nasty. This is like...
Oh, they're fucking.
Oh.
Let's see.
They're really... Because this is out of guilt.
Yeah, here we go. Little did I know.
Let me burping. Sorry.
But should have seen it coming. Was that these two were flirting, texting, and probably fucking all behind my back.
Yep.
Yes, they were.
Yep.
And you said, hey, you and your boyfriend went on a vacation and said, why don't we invite Daisy? So you were basically funding this entire relationship.
My God.
I found out about this because I went through Connor's phone while he was sleeping. I woke him up and told him to get the fuck out of my apartment, and he proceeded to gaslight the fuck out of me. As he was about to leave my place, I slapped the fucking Jack in the Box shit out of him.
Honey, sometimes you got to go slap in the box. Like, people knock it, but just try it.
I love that that's like a coin. I love that that's a term that's been coined on this podcast.
Wait, someone commented today on the clip of Trey, and they were like, "Oh my God, is this slap in the box guy?" And I was like, "No, I have never and will never slap my beautiful Trey." But to the guy who I did slap,
Well, is that because he's
gay? Yeah.
Because he's a man of color?
No,
You only slap the whites?
I only slap the whites.
That's kind of racist.
Mm.
You believed in
Are
equality.
you white?
No.
Mm.
I'm a little bit. I have
Then I guess you're safe for now.
don't make me pull up my 23andMe.
I hope you don't.
Okay, so, and I've never slapped anyone in my life, and I low-key don't regret it. But I ended up, and I low-key, high-key, you should not regret it, but ended up apologizing to him for it. Still don't regret it. After he left my apartment, I confronted Daisy about the texts, and she also proceeded to gaslight me. Okay, they're a perfect couple. They are good together.
Mm-hmm.
Girl, let them have each other. And completely she proceeded to gaslight me and completely block me on everything. I would love to hear how they tried to like deny this to you.
Mm-hmm.
I was in shock and I thought they both could give a better explanation, but these two were just fucking rats. Literally.
Literally, yeah, they are fucking rats. They're weasels.
Literally.
And scoundrels.
So you're saying they literally were fucking rats?
Okay, Gabby. Okay, Miss Rick, read. Go. Because we have 5 more minutes.
Little tiny tight pussies on those things, huh?
Stop.
Safe to say, rats have big balls, though. Big balls.
They do.
Safe to say, they both completely ghosted me and wouldn't be surprised if he has already cheated on her with someone else. I don't know why she would pursue him after I told her how shitty he was treating me. Well, girl, again, remember, you met her in a psych ward.
You met her in a psych ward. Love and light to the people that
Lest
have been
we
there.
Forget.
But can I say something? I spent Thanksgiving visiting a family member in the psych ward, and everyone seemed pretty. Now, granted, they were children, but like they seemed pretty chill.
And they're also on so much like Abilify.
Yeah,
you know.
Oh, they're weighing them down.
They're weighing them down.
Weighing them down. So when you met Miss Girl in the ward, that's okay. So then that proves my point, though. Like when you meet her in the ward, you know things were different. You guys were medicated. You guys were under constant supervision. So you know Miss Daisy has to be on her best behavior. Then you put her out in the wild.
Yeah.
Without, you know, the sleepy juice.
Without her Abilify, without her.
And look, you know, she becomes feral.
She does.
We got to put her back in the ward.
I don't know. Okay, so I don't know why she would pursue him after I told her. Blah, blah. And also, for context, this girl is going to school to be a fucking social worker. What the actual fuck? I mean, it's like, it's the same kind of thing of like the biggest fucking bitch whores that you knew becoming nurses. And we've talked about that on here. It's the same kind of thing. You go, well, now you were the meanest fucking cunt I've ever met in my life, and now you're a nurse?
And it's like, we know that this could be kind of a played out take, but unfortunately for everyone, it is true. And I know some of y'all have wrote in, even being like, hey, I'm a nurse and I'm not. And you know what? If you're listening to this podcast and you're a nurse, you probably aren't a horrible, weird bitch.
But you probably do have some mental disorders. And that's why we appeal to you.
Yeah. And we know it, and that's why we get mad at it.
I also will say that she probably would make a pretty good social worker. It's like the same way that my mom is an awful mother, but she's a good teacher.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it's like this woman's an awful friend, but she probably does pretty well amongst the like, you know.
Mm-hmm. I don't know.
The ones that need.
I know what you're saying.
You know what? Okay, well. Anyway, I finally found clarity after this whole fucked up situation. I'm honestly so grateful that I went through this because now I know how I deserve to be treated in relationships and friendships. I know these two ... rats ... hurt me a lot. But I won't hold a grudge, and honestly, good for you. After listening to your episode on grudges, that really helped me. Truly. Okay, I love that. I don't wish them well or wish them harm. I just hope they have the life they deserve with the eye emojis.
Okay.
Well, you get so okay. So you're
Kind
halfway
of sounds
there.
like you're putting a spell on her, but I like it.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you for reading this. If you do, keep doing what you're doing because as dark and fucked up as this podcast gets, it has helped me in a lot of ways. I love you, honks.
Okay,
That
love you
is
too.
so sweet.
And I'm really happy. I'm like actually happy you wrote in.
Now, you guys, we do have a lot of stories, and we're obviously not gonna. We've spent the entire podcast on 2 of them.
Yeah,
so, you know.
but I have a little small one to lead us out.
Okay, cool.
Hello, honks. First, so happy you guys are back. Thank you. So are we. So I have been both the ghosted and the ghoster. I had a boyfriend when I was 22, moved to Alabama, then just stopped communicating. I feel like it was a lie he moved, but I found his Insta years ago and the move really did happen. So he just ghosted my sloppy ass. LOL. I went on a few dates with a guy my friend gave the nickname Jerry Can't Jam due to the fact that he came in his pants.
Stop.
Oh, he came in his pants when we were making out.
Stop.
Gabby, he was 37 at the time. Oh, I was 34. Nothing creepy. I don't know why, but I was thinking you were okay.
This is literally Lee. This is what Lee would do.
Ew, don't.
You know it is.
Because the thing with Lee's cum, I just already can tell. It's almost like it's like a thick, like almost like Spider-Man web like when you like shoot it
I
out.
bet
like,
it's kind of yellow. I bet it has like a yellow hue.
Ew, like his saliva from his mouth.
It's like this,
And you said you wanted to fuck him earlier in the episode. Ew. And I bet you would leave it inside and it would like grow like a spawn.
Yeah. Yeah. And it would.
But it wouldn't be human. It would be like one of the rats that Miss Daisy was
It would
fucking.
be like a half human, half rat.
It would have Lee's balls on a rat.
Yeah.
With his breath.
Yeah.
And his little newsboy hat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God, Lee, you're literally fired again. Okay, we're making out. He was 37 at the time. I was 34. Nothing creepy. Anyway, but I like that you led with that because you knew you were going to get us excited. Anyway, he was also so boring, like the most boring. There's nothing worse than a boring person besides the guy.
Which is crazy because you like should develop a personality if you're going to come like that.
If you're going to come in a very insane way, you need to have something to back it up with.
You got to at least be some kind of like, you have to be a king.
You need to own a lot of land.
Yeah, maybe some kind of like Kenyan prince. I don't know. Anyway, go on. So he comes fast. And
A
you guys are
Kenyan prince.
You know,
your mom's type. All right.
absolutely.
He was also so boring, like the most boring. His hobbies are personal finance.
That's not even a fucking hobby.
Tears just came to my eyes and I just got really annoyed. Okay, personal finance and jogging. Just be rich. Don't be like, well, my hobbies are going through my bank account. It's like, I don't even know what this is, but it's very much ugly and fucked.
No
and
fucking
jogging
way, dude.
Also, just jog for your, like, you don't need to like be talking about it. Okay.
This is making me crazy because then I'm like, you wonder, sometimes you go, why do certain people exist? And this is like when your life is this bland, when you're that bland of a person, hey, I would rather you be like a multi-dimensional, like mentally ill serial killer or something, because that spices up. It spices up like the human experience. But why exist to just be
so
this?
many people are 2D though. They're very like flat by nature and it is very hard to deal with. It's like we can't have a fucking just one chuckle. Damn.
Jogging and personal finance.
So you have the personality of the color beige.
Well, I hope that I hope that he has Asperger's. Because if you're just a regular
but
person,
he doesn't. This is just a guy that just like had a nice family. That's why you got to get slapped around a little bit, sweetie.
He's giving. I don't know what he looks like.
A little bit.
He looks like he's a brunette guy that kind of gels his hair back. He has no facial hair. He keeps it very shaved. He wears tight jeans.
He has like
polo.
pointed nipples. Yeah. They kind of like poke through his shirt.
Yeah.
I don't like that. And I'll say it. I kept giving him chances because he looked good on paper. Tale as old as time, babes. Doctor of physical therapy, owns home, car, etc. Well, if he's a fan of personal finance, he better not be like playing with nickels in his studio apartment.
True.
Owns a home and car, etc. But he was so goddamn boring and a pre-cummer.
Isn't that funny? We were just talking
about that. Okay, not the ghosting and pre-cum going hand in hand. Y'all need to get your cum right. And there's ways you can practice it.
What?
Stop pissing everybody off with your fucking weird cum.
What's the deal with pre-cum? Truly, like, what the fuck even
also,
is it?
Of course, this guy who is loving this boring guy. All the borings, they have like that. They have weird cum. They do, and I'm over it. Okay, stop because I'm actually pissed. Okay, he was so goddamn boring and a pre-comer. I bet he like cried after he came to. I just stopped talking to him one day. It was shitty. He did like me, but I couldn't. Now that's also something I feel like women do. Like we'll date someone because they really like us.
Yeah, that's true. And I did that for
I've
2
done that
years.
too. Yeah.
Because he really liked me. And I said,
Well, because sometimes I'll get turned on if someone like really likes me, then I'm like, wait, that's so cool of you.
yeah.
And then I start really, I'm like, am I in love with you?
Yeah.
And then I realize I'm like, oh, you're in love with me and I'm running from something again.
Yeah.
And then I have to run from them to go back to the thing I'm running from.
God damn. And that is how it works out, isn't it?
It's just kind of like, I just keep bonking myself on the head with a different.
Yeah.
I could have been more mature and said no thanks, but thanks for listening to my justification. I think you're perfect, unfortunately.
And sometimes, and you look back and you go, I could have said something, and you go, I didn't though. So it is what it is. Unfortunately, that person had to like suffer the consequences of kind of my emotional negligence, but it's like, well,
sometimes people are casualties of the lessons that we need to learn from them.
That is so true.
Yeah. Okay, well, we're gonna go floss our teeth, you guys. That's been our episode.
We'll see you on Patreon if you want to hear some more spicy things.
Yeah, because I have 4 more stories. The stories are so long. I'm sorry that we didn't get to many, but we did get to important ones, and
we did.
And we're gonna go read the rest on Patreon. We love you guys so much.
And I'm gonna go talk about how I swallowed cum this week, and I'll see you on Patreon.
Kendra, you should check on your man and make sure he's taking those meds, because spooky.